In this line of business, sometimes minutes can count, especially when you're dealing with very sick babies or moms that are threatening for premature birth.
A new critical care transport helicopter will now specifically serve the region's largest program for neonatal intensive care services.
Overland Park Regional Medical Center showed off this new unit this afternoon, talked about how this is important not only for the hospital, but for the region as a whole. KCTV5's Carolina Cruz joins us live now from the medical center. We know, we've heard this, minutes really do matter when we're talking about these most critically ill patients, Carolina.
Absolutely, and that's been even more evident during the pandemic. Many of the patients here, including those babies and moms, some who have contracted COVID-19 or been impacted by COVID-19 because of the lack of bed space, and they require that critical care. Well, they have been relying on air transportation to get them here. And that new helicopter, it's going to be specifically designated for this hospital. So just think of it as an ICU that's in the air. During the pandemic, patients, they have been transferred in and out from Joplin, Wichita, even as far as Oklahoma City. And even though space inside that aircraft, it's confined, it's pretty cozy in there, flight nurses and respiratory therapists, they have to provide the same level of critical care to a patient as they would in the hospital.
It has been a real challenge with so many critically ill individuals. Our transport distances have extended, so we're taking people from central Kansas to Nebraska, Oklahoma, Arkansas. People are calling 10, 20, 30 hospitals trying to find a bed.
Since the critically ill patients, they have to travel such long distances, they usually go by aircraft because it takes about it's about three times as fast as it is with driving, especially when we're talking about limited highway access areas like rural areas.
One of the things that we've seen with COVID-19 is probably the biggest impact has been on moms, especially in the third trimester. What we're seeing is moms going into respiratory failure or even have a global inflammatory response to the actual COVID-19, either before or after the child's born. They're requiring intensive care services.
So the helicopter isn't here right now, but the helipad is just behind me, and doctors and nurses here at the hospital, they say that they hope that this helicopter will help them get better outcomes for their patients, especially when they are their most vulnerable. Reporting in Overland Park, I'm Carolina Cruz, KCTV 5 News.
You would think that helped quite a bit. Carolina, thank you.